Have you been diagnosed with nasal polyps? Contact Prism Clinical Research for more information about our nasal polyp study.
It's a 5-3 win for the Minnesota Wild as they take care of the visiting Carolina Hurricanes. It's time for Wild Breakaway, presented by Prism Research. With Tom Chorske, I'm Audra Martin. The Minnesota Wild had an eventful first period tonight against the Carolina Hurricanes, but they were able to settle things down and grab the big 5-3 win over the Canes, which also means they have locked in home ice advantage for the upcoming postseason for the first time since 2008. Another good team effort tonight after getting off to a bit of a rocky start.
Yeah, the Carolina Hurricanes were able to get 3 goals on 6 shots and 3 goals in the first period. A little bit of an anomaly, and the Wild had to regroup, which they did. They ended up shutting down the Carolina Hurricanes for the next 2 periods. Little push from the Canes in the third period. They ended up with 30 shots on net, so a decent effort by them. But Devin Dubnyk got better, and on the offensive side, the Wild were clicking pretty well. They were getting balanced scoring. I thought they were getting to those loose pucks. They were cycling the puck. There was a lot of rotation in the offensive zone. They were getting good looks and some gritty goals from the blue paint from guys like Nino Ryder and Charlie Coyle, which I thought was important going down the stretch here.
Well, this was the final home game of the regular season for the Minnesota Wild, and it ends on a high note. Here's a look at tonight's final stats. 30 shots on net for the Hurricanes, 36 for the Wild. Can't come up with a goal on their 1 power play opportunity, but they do go 3 for 4 on the penalty kill tonight. 10 different players finding the score sheet for the Minnesota Wild. Another perfect example of the well-balanced attack we continue to see from this team. Here's what the head coach had to say about that.
Yeah, I thought, the balance, we can, we got 3 or 4 lines that can all score, and that's, if we get better defensively, I think we'll be real good.
Locked up home ice tonight. What does that mean to the team in the postseason?
I don't know. I really don't know. I've had home ice every year I've ever been in the league, and I haven't won a cup yet, so I don't know how important it is, but I certainly am glad we have it. We have tremendous fans, and I think hopefully they could make the difference.
Gotta love Bruce Boudreau's candor. He might not have made a difference in his coaching career so far, but hopefully this time is the time it counts for him and the Minnesota Wild. Now ahead, though, still 2 games to go before the postseason, and it starts just a few nights from now against the Colorado Avalanche, a team, even though they are in the bottom of the NHL, they have given the Wild some trouble. So the Wild need to make sure that no matter who's out on the ice, it is a good effort and a strong start.
Yeah, there's a guy like McKinnon who's such a skilled player has given the Wild a little bit of trouble. They got Duchesne, so they have some skill guys that might be looking for cookies, and so the Wild have to play hard. Might see some players rested. We might see Ryan Suter get a rest, but if he does, he certainly was good tonight, and he deserves the night off. Kind of quietly had a great game, I thought. Devin Dubnyk came on stronger after that first period, so maybe he gets a rest as well. So anyway, the Wild, starting to pull this game back out of that skid that we saw earlier last month, and they're looking really strong right now offensively with the balance. And, I like where this team is right now going into these final 2 games. Yes, they're weaker opponents, but I think that's a good thing. They can rest some guys and just hopefully have some good games.
Yeah, hopefully pick up 2 more wins before we head into the postseason. It will be here before we know it. We'll see if they can get the job done just a few nights against the Colorado Avalanche. For Tom Chorske, I'm Audra Martin. Thanks for joining us on Wild Breakaway, presented by Prism Research.